I know it's uncomfortable for when I push you and I shove you and I say more, but I will promise you the reason my life looks the way my life looks, and there's more and there's more and there's more and there's more, is because we continue to show up and push the envelope. So if you're a little like, wow, I've only implemented 5 things from last month, that's okay. We're going to teach you stuff today, and you're going to learn even more today. Okay, knowledge is power, and knowledge is power. Knowledge is power, and knowledge is applied. Okay, I know you have the knowledge, and now today we're going to start shifting into a season of our business where we just, if you're on the empire, you know it's market value. And even if you're not part of the empire, I will tell you, it's always, what is your market share? There's a cap when it comes to how much the world will spend on something. Does that make sense? You can throw a yes in the chat. There's a certain amount the world will spend on food. There's a certain amount the world will spend on clothes. There's a certain amount the world will spend on health supplements. There's a certain amount the world will spend on water. There's a certain amount the world will spend on anything. And it's our job to become so equipped, so knowledgeable, that we take market share from other people. Does that make sense? Not in an aggressive way, in like a, hey, they do business better, I want to do business like that kind of way. That's the competition of business. I'm a business woman more than I'm anything else. So a couple things I want us to do today. Are you all ready for this? Like, who's excited? Who's like, I am 3 minutes in and I am here for this. I am here for this. All right, good. Number 1, write this down. I need all of us to make a commitment. What is the commitment you are making today? It doesn't matter what I want to do. It doesn't matter what your leaders want to do. It doesn't matter what your partner wants you to do. It matters what you want to do. The reason I'm in the position I'm in today in the business world is because I made a commitment. There was no, oh, maybe I'll make this work. That thought never crossed my mind, okay? There was never a, oh, I think I'll, hit like a mid-level rank and I'll be fine. That was never the commitment. The commitment was never, I'll fall in the middle of the pack. Never. The commitment was be number 1. The commitment was go to the top. The commitment was to build an army. The commitment was to be number 1 in the world. That was the commitment. And if you learn to commit to yourself, which I know you're already feeling it, you can take over your part of the world too. That sounds good to you. Let's go, okay? We need to schedule time for change. That's number 2. Number 2, schedule time for change. If you're going to make a commitment, the only way you are going to follow through on said commitment is if you schedule time for that change. Does that make sense? You can't just say you're going to do something. You can't just hope you're going to do something. You can't just will your way to success and just you're hoping you're going to get lucky and then, oh, circumstances might change. No, you have to make the decision to step into the circumstances changing. You have to be the one who decides boldly that you are going to step into your power and you are going to change. If you're not changing it, you're choosing it. I don't know who needs to hear that, but if you're not changing it, you're choosing it. Okay, number 3, write this down. I want you to look for inspiration by modeling other people's success. This is what you're doing right now, okay, Brianna? Okay, Leah Ray? Leah Ray's screaming. I'm always worried she's going to go into labor, okay? Okay? I'm promising you. Who are the people you look up to when you're like, golly, I want to be like Renee Terry. Oh, my gosh, I just want to be more like Kelsey Ray. If I could be more like Jenny Elizabeth or Amber Higgins or Stephanie Holben, I would be good. Well, then start modeling what they do. When Amber hit Pro Champ, she said, I just watched Jessie Lee and I just modeled her. All I did, oh my God, she's live again. Oh my God, she's posting it. Oh my God, another reel. Oh my God. Oh. And she modeled it. She was herself, but she modeled success. When I look at myself, I surround myself in rooms of billionaires, not because I think everybody doesn't have value. I know everyone has value. I just know I look at people who have ridiculous amounts of success and I go, oh, I have something to learn. I have something to learn. If you spend most of your time in rooms where you know you are the best, you are in the wrong rooms. You should leave events like this room you're in right now. You should leave rooms like this today and go, whoa. Is there going to be a day that I understand everything Kristen Morris said? I hope. Is there going to be a day I understand everything Bree Nichols said? Because I hope so. I don't know what she said. She was saying something, and I don't know. Okay, well, I don't know when the day is that what Amanda Hodgman-Hollis said makes sense, but someday I hope to God in my brain it clicks. That's when you know you're in the right room. If already 10 minutes into this you're going, what, Jesse Lee, I'm done. I got my $100 worth. You're probably in the right room. If you're already feeling the energy inside you, good. That's what this is about, but you have to model success. I knew I wanted to be somebody who had powerful energy. I knew I wanted to be somebody that transformed the world. I knew I wanted to be somebody who was just, a world changer. And so that's what I became, but I became that by modeling other people's success who had done it in their own ways before. Does that make sense? Okay. I like this chat, y'all, with your flames. I like it. I feel like we should pick an emoji for this event. Maybe it is the flame. I don't know. Okay. The next is, what is your big, scary, audacious goal? Y'all know I like the word audacity. Like, who has the audacity? Who has the audacity? I love that word. It just makes people get all riled up. They don't like it, which means I like it. What is your goal? What is the thing that makes no sense to anybody? And it's almost like you're too scared to tell people. What is that? Start telling people, Kelly. Start telling people, Sophia. Start saying these things. All right, let's take it way, way back to 11 years ago when I'm living in a basement. It's terrible. I have no money. I have no reliable car. I have nothing. I started screaming at myself in the mirror, I'm the best and the best and the best and the best. I am better than all the rest. Everybody wants to join my team. 1, 2, 3, yes. And I screamed it every day. I'm telling myself I'm the best when I'm the actual worst. It didn't make sense to anybody, but it made sense to me. It was my goal to be number one. It was my goal to step into my power. It was my goal to no longer live in a basement. It was my goal to have an international business. How many times have I talked about, I said that I was going to have an international team that was around the world, and I was on translated calls all the time when I was part of a company where you couldn't even recruit out of your country. You see, that goal didn't make sense to anybody else. Everybody else said, no, see, Jesse Lee, that's impossible. You can't recruit internationally. You can't have an international team. Maybe someday you'll have a team that speaks Spanish, because a lot of people in America speak Spanish, but you can't recruit outside of America. But my goal was never America. My goal was world domination. That was the goal that is going to be the goal until the whole world has been taken over. That's why we're called the Empire. Okay? So I set a very scary, audacious goal that made other people uncomfortable. Write that down. Made other people uncomfortable. Didn't make me uncomfortable. Right? I was like, no, this is fine. I'm going to figure this out. I know I say crazy things, and you sound like people think I'm crazy. Maybe. But crazy people change the world. The world tells you, especially the women on here, the world tells you to be quiet. And the world tells you to play small. And the world, since you were very, 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 very little, I know, has told you that you're supposed to be seen, not heard. And you see, that never resonated with me. That didn't make sense to me. You're too loud, you're too chatty, you're so bossy. See, that's just called leadership. And I want some of you today in these next few hours to step into that. So set the goal. Now, you got to get over your fears. That's the next one. Number 5, get over your fears. Tackle your fears. Fear is a part of life. There's not a day that goes by that I'm not scared of something. Maybe it's a room I'm going into. Maybe it's a conversation I have to have. Maybe it's something I'm going to do in my business for the first time ever. You have to get scared and do it anyway. I'm not saying put yourself in front of a saber-toothed tiger or anything like that. Those fears don't really necessarily exist anymore. But the things that make you uncomfortable, if you would start to lean into that and step into that just a little bit more, just a little bit more, just a step, your whole life might change. And for some of you, that's this event. It was scary for you to spend the money on this, not knowing what was going to happen, because we've never done the most powerful women in the empire. It was probably scary for some of you to purchase your starter package in business and join something. Wasn't it? I'm going to guess yes. But every time you step into something, you become more powerful, because once you conquer one of your fears, that fear no longer exists. If you are overwhelmed with fear, move. Do something. If you do something, you're not going to have the same fears anymore. How many of you have done something? Put it in the chat. Just put the word yes, or you can put what it was. How many of you were scared of something before, and you went and you did it, and you were like, that wasn't so bad? You see, some of you are lying if you're like, I don't think so. I sit in fear. No. How many of you have ever had a job? Put yes in the chat. You ever had a job? You drive to work? How How many of you remember the first time you showed up on the first day of work at any job ever, no matter what your age was? Like, I still remember the first day when I'm 13 and I go to the ice cream shop for my first day of work ever. Terrified, petrified. I've never told this story in my life. I'll tell you a new story. Second job I ever had, pizza shop. Nana drops me off in her Volvo. Okay, I'm all excited, but so nervous. Okay, I'm gonna barf. I'm like so nervous. I go there to the pizza shop, Middletown, Maryland, James Gang Pizzeria. I'm gonna be the hostess, all right? I get in there, and I'm so excited, and I put my hand on the door. And like, this is, I guess like all cars do this now, but the Volvo had those double lock doors where it's like, like the soft lock. How many of you know what I'm talking about? Like, you're not supposed to slam doors anymore. It's like, and it locks itself. Okay, Tabitha knows, Darlene knows, Ashlyn knows, Jennifer knows. Okay, y'all know what I'm talking about. This finger still doesn't grow a nail. Y'all don't know that because I've never told the story ever. This finger doesn't grow a proper nail. Because I was so nervous on my first day of work at the pizza shop, I put my hand on the wrong spot of the car, and it went dun dun, and it broke my entire nail bed in half, and Nana had to take me to the emergency room and get my entire finger put back together, like the top of my finger. I was so nervous. I remember the first time at Pathology Lab, I'm like sitting outside, I'm like in my car, like, oh God, oh God, oh God. But what happens after the second time you do it? You don't even think about it. You're not sitting in your car pumping yourself up. I can do this. I can do this. Right? The third time, you're like, oh, whatever. The fourth time, oh my God, here I'm at work. Fifth time, you're like, it's okay that I'm late now. Okay, I've been here for 5 whole days. Yeah, they need to learn the ways that I do business. Okay, like you're so comfortable. But business is the exact same way. So tackle those fears in your business. Maybe for you it's Reels, maybe for you it's Lives, maybe for you it's TikTok, maybe for you it's getting on stages, maybe for you it's follow-up, maybe for you it's making text messages to your customers, maybe for you it's the recruiting game. I don't know, maybe for you it's talking about money. Whatever it is, we all have these fears, but you got to take the first step. A bunch of you are terrible with your finances because instead of taking a first step, you pretend they don't exist. Oh, we're going to talk about that today. Come on now, we can't have any broke women's up in my life, okay? Okay. No more of this. No more. No more poverty mindset. Not around me, friends. All right, we're fixing this. That's why you're not taking the first step. You're drowning in debt. Maybe if I just ignore it, it'll go away. No, maybe you'll go away because we all die. We're all going to the same place. Okay, but who's going to get it? Your kids? See, that's just ignorant. We're fixing it today. All right, so take the first step is number 6. What is your first step? Take your first step. Do I expect any of you to make $50,000 today and pay off your debt? No, unless you bought a lottery card. I don't know. I hope you didn't, by the way. That's not a good plan. That's not what this training's about. This training's not about luck, okay? You've got to take the first step. And I will tell you, though, speaking of lottery cards, I read a book. I don't remember what the book is, so don't ask me. I read a lot. And there's a story. And there's this man who is praying to God, God, let me win the lottery. It'll change my life. Please, I just want to win the lottery. It'll change my life. God, let me win the lottery. I just want to win the lottery. I just want to win the lottery. God, why can't I just win the lottery? If I win the lottery, I will do good with my money. I will pay off my debts. I will buy my mama a house. I will buy my dad a house. I promise you, I will be so good. I will go to church every Sunday. God, just let me win the lottery. That's what some of you sound like. Begging. I just want my business to work, Jessie Lee. You don't understand. I try so hard. Okay, I'm on every training. You say all stuff. And God goes, excuse me, ma'am. In order to win the lottery, you have to buy a lottery ticket. You gotta do something. You gotta do something. You gotta take a first step. All right? And number 7, if you're gonna win today, if you're gonna win moving forward today, if you're gonna go into momentum season with us today, number 7, create your tribe. Find your people. You know, I find that a lot of times, especially in the network marketing space, people think that something is wrong with them. They think they are broken. They think, I don't know, they think all kinds of stuff, don't they? Half these people are sitting in the wrong vehicle with people they don't even like, people they don't even trust, people they feel like they're stuck with. Oh, I'm planted here, I'm stuck. What are you talking about? There are 10,000 network marketing opportunities. There are incredible leaders in every company. I shouldn't say that. That's globalizing, okay? Maybe not every company has good leaders, all right? But I know who has some good ones. All right? You got to find your people. You got to love them hard, and you got to become part of something. You can't win alone in life. Period. In anything. They say when you have children, how many of you have children? Let's see. How many of you have children? Put yes. Or me. Me works. Yes, me. Yes, me. Yes, me. Megan's got children, and Heaven's got children, and Lisa, and Allison, and Ron, and Rachel, and Jody, and Ashley, and a lot of baby makers in here. I love it. What do they say? I know what the quote is, and so do you. Let's see if somebody puts it in there. They say, it takes a village. Well, who's your village? Megan got it. It takes a village. Or are you like 1 foot out and the other on a banana peel and you expect to just stumble and fall into happiness and with your people and do life alone? You see, I don't think that works. Who are you going to lean on when it's not good? Who are you going to talk to when you have a question? Who is going to be your accountability partner if you're doing everything alone? Who's going to snap you back to reality when you do something dumb? That's part of a community. Okay, that's part. You're being stupid. Huh? Hey, wake up. Get on the trainings. Do the stuff. Come on. Hey. You need all of that. You need all of that. So I know most of you are already part of this. Lean into the community. You want to have success in momentum season when you're tired, when you're straight up exhausted, when you're overwhelmed, when you're stressed out, when somebody makes you mad. If I haven't made you mad yet, let me just apologize in advance. It's going to happen somewhere down the road, okay? But I love y'all. It's nothing but love. You hear the giggles, okay? All these rude, rich friends around here are giggling in the audience. Rude. Ignorant. All these ignorant people. I'm just kidding. All right? Like, Kayla's laughing virtually. All right? Look. It's only said with love. I only hold you accountable because you deserve more, because you should be more, because you deserve better for you and your family. I promise. I just posted a reel with Bree Nichols. It was the perfect person to do the reel with because she does not tolerate disrespect, okay? You can't do this alone. You want to win? Figure out ways to get my attention and spend more time around me. I won't give you marriage advice on stage today. That would be, no, not smart. But if I give you business advice and you don't take it because you don't like it, we will win and you will not. It has happened time and time again for the last 11 years. You're in the right place. You've got your tribe. And so I'm going to introduce you today to a whole bunch of our tribe, for those of you who haven't met them.
You're in a community where you Alrighty, y'all, welcome back. I hope you all made a great decision and chose to drink ketones and move your body a little bit. I am very excited to introduce this next panel. So I'm going to tell you a little bit about my story. Business is not always easy. In case nobody's told you thus far, it's not always going to be up. Sometimes business is a little bit up and a little bit down and a little bit up and a little bit down. So for me, through those ups and downs of business and changing my family's life and showing up every single day, the thing that kept me in this business, in this profession, was the relationships. If you're in a culture and a community where you don't feel loved, where you don't feel supported, where you don't feel connected and bonded to the people around you, what are you going to do in the highs and the lows? You need people to celebrate with you, and you also need people to pick you up when you don't know if you can do it on your own. So this next panel that I'm going to introduce to you is going to be all about relationships. So if y'all are excited to hear about some
Thankfully, life goes on, and in a space where my mindset's not amazing or something really bad happens, I always just bring myself back to, like, I've gotten through everything so far. I can do this too. And so that's been the biggest thing that's helped me with my mindset.
That was awesome. Yes. So One of the biggest things for me that I've learned throughout this whole entire experience, and what really keeps going every single day, is I go back to I act like every single day is day one. Literally, I act like every single day is the first day I signed my name on that dotted line. I made the commitment to change my life, and there's no going back to the old way. You know, before I started doing this, I was out of waitressing, drinking my life away. I have 3 DWIs on my record. There is no way I'm going back to that, period. So I have to get through it. And it's really awesome when you do get through it, because you're growing through all of that. And then you realize how much power you actually have inside your body and your soul. And it keeps you going. And you're always going to have little bumps that get in the way. But you have to challenge those bumps and grow through them so you could become the person you really did sign your name on that dotted line for.
How about you, Stacy? I got chilly willies.
So really similar. For me, I have to remember when I get into that headspace, because I suffer a lot from anxiety and overwhelm. And when I get there, I want to shut down. So I need to remember or find my why in times like this, because I didn't start this business for money. I already had a great job. I already had a career. I had a job that I loved. But a couple of years ago, my 13-year-old daughter at the time, when she needed me the most, looked me in the face and she said, "I miss my mom," because I wasn't there and I wasn't spending the time with her. And it took me a long time into this business when I realized that's what my why was. I realized that I didn't need to spend all of these hours away from my family.
Oh, shit. Sorry, friend. It was like short, but good. So
I've always had enough money. I was always very careful about where I spent it and stuff, but yeah.
Realized that I didn't need to spend all of these hours away from my family. I realized that when I went to those places of overwhelm and when I decided I wanted to crawl back in bed and forget this business, I had to go to that place and remember that why, to remember that my kids needed me to be there for them. And that's what gets me through the day.
Goodness gracious. Thank you for sharing that. So why?
So my official title is the CEO. My unofficial title is Get Shit Done Girl. That's what I do for a living, right? And this is part of my skills. I think that I'm pretty good problem solver. And when I see issues, when I see challenges, I start thinking how can I solve this problem? How can I tackle that? Who can I bring into my camp who can help me to solve the issue? So for Eric, he's such a big visionary and he needs somebody like me who can help him and make those ideas and that vision into the reality. So instead of trying to compare, instead of trying to, pull back because you do not possess potentially certain skills and talents, do the inventory. I would really encourage you, when this event is over, really think about it. What are the skills and talents that only you possess? Because I bet you, I give you 1,000,000% that you have so many amazing skills and talents that Lisa and Jessica don't have. They have amazing talents in different ways, but you have something they don't have. So instead of comparing yourself, double down, triple down, put 1,000% forward on the amazing skills and talents and strengths that you have. And what Eric and I decided to do as a couple a long time ago, because we work together, we literally work 24/7 together. We do business together, and sometimes we disagree. Sometimes we have different styles. We do have different styles, and sometimes we're trying to find a way how make things work. And we realize that early on, we decided, I know what he does best, and I'm going to allow him to do amazingly well what he's so talented at. And we developed as a couple the trust over the years and respect over the years to know and trust each other that the other person can do what they do best. That's the reason why Eric trusts me to run all of our businesses, because he knows that I can do certain things in such a powerful way that it only gonna complement what he does. So together we call ourselves Two-Headed Monster, because together we create that unity. Together we build something special that each of us individually wouldn't be able to possess or wouldn't be able to develop or create. And guess what? We still have certain things that neither he or I have talents or skills or desire to do. And what we do in that case, we hire. We hire professionals who do things that we do not want to do, or we are not skilled at, or we are not powerful or equipped to do. So that's what sometimes, you know, like I'll give you a basic example. You know, I'm not, I love cooking, but I do not have time anymore to cook the meals for my family. So we hired a chef. And guess what? I'm not stressing out anymore because I know that my family is going to be fed. But at that time that I'm not spending in the kitchen, I can bring different skills and talents and complete the tasks that only I can do. And that became such a powerful hack for us for our time. I know you guys today talked about relationships, you talked about time, you talked about money, you talked about mindset and health. And this is one of the hacks that Eric and I learned a long time ago. We hire people who are very professional in what they do, so we don't have to spend our time and try to scramble things and do it half-ass. To be honest, we hire people who can do it in in much more better way, so we can do what we do best, so we can concentrate and put all of our skills and all of our talents in the tasks that only we can build. This is the reason why I was able to build the studio 2 years ago. It's really hard to believe it's been already 2 years, but guess what? I do not know how to build a studio. I'm not a media person. I don't know how to build a media giant. And right now, Worry Studio is becoming a media giant. It's a one-of-a-kind in-the-world studio that allows us to create virtual events. We can have over 350,000 people interactive. 350,000 people at the same time can interact, can have a conversation, can chat with each other, and can have that unique experience. And we can stream it to millions and millions of people. Nobody has that technology in the world. And guess what? I'm not the person who knows all the answers. I'm not the person who can connect all the different dots and pieces of technology. A couple days ago, I had a meeting in our house with a group of people who are much smarter than me in technology, and they wanted to show me a presentation of some sort in our house. And there's like, oh, can we stream it on your TV? I have no clue how to do that. Yes, I built a studio. I get it, but I don't know how to put that cord, where to plug it in, and what to do with that. No clue, don't ask me. And it was such a funny and powerful moment at the same time. So I do not necessarily possess the knowledge and information necessary to build something way beyond of my area expertise. Why? Because I was able to find the smart people. I was able to find the professionals who can put all those necessary pieces together. Because you know what's interesting? And I want to see in the chat, how many of you, when you hear inside of your business, inside of network marketing, when people tell you, it's like, network marketing isn't for me. I'm not interested. I don't want to do business. I don't want to do business with you, or I'm not interested in your products, or I don't have the time. I don't have the money. Look at all the yeses, right? When you hear the rejection, right? When people say they do not want to do business, a lot of us, it's not a pleasant answer. A lot of us, it's really hard to cope when people reject you, right? When people tell you, no, I'm not interested. But let me tell you a couple things. First of all, when people tell you no, they're not telling no to you. They might be telling no to the product. They might be telling no to the business. In most cases, it means that the timing in their life is not right. They might have just got a raise in their job, or they may be pregnant, and they're delivering in a week or two. So that woman in particular time going to be busy with the newborn baby, so it's hard for her to start a new business. Or a lot of times people confuse and do not necessarily recognize that network marketing is an entrepreneurial venture. And majority of the population in the world are employee minded. So what we're trying to do, we're trying to shift the mindset of people who are used to do things in a certain way, who are used to the boss, who are used to being told what to do. And now all of a sudden, we're trying to shift their focus into the entrepreneurship, where they have to take the risks, where they have to, being the boss for themselves, when they have to work their ass off, when they have to face their fears, when they have to grow, when they have to get out of their comfort zone. It's hard. It's hard. It's a very interesting journey, and not many people are willing to go on that journey. And we need to recognize that a lot of people are not going to be entrepreneurs. And guess what? That's okay. That's okay. Not everybody meant to be a brain surgeon. Not everybody meant to be a firefighter. Not everybody meant to be a teacher. Not everybody meant to be an astronaut. Not everybody meant to be a network marketer. It's hard. It is hard. It's a simple business, but you need to grow. You need to develop yourself. You are the biggest asset that you have in this business, and you need to constantly work on that asset. You need to constantly grow the business called you. And not everybody ready to do that. So when people told me, hey, you want to build what? You want to build a studio? You don't know. Do you know how many people told me that I'm crazy? Do you know how many people told me, Marina, she won't be able to do that? Worries? No, they're not going to build a studio. Are you kidding me? But guess what? For me personally, it was the fire. It was the fire for me to show and prove people that I'm capable, to show myself and prove myself that I've got this. I am a badass. By just saying I'm a badass, it doesn't mean that I am. I had to learn and step into that power. I had to learn, and you know what? I'm going to get it done. And when people tell no to me, I learned that it doesn't mean that I can't do it. It only means that I can do it with them. That means I need to find people who can help me down the road to my success, who can help me build the project that I'm working on, that can help me accomplish what I'm trying to accomplish. So that's why when people tell no to me, I was like, okay, next, you can help me. Okay, who can help me? Who can help me? And I'm constantly looking and searching for those gems, for those professionals who can help me and take me to the next level. So when people tell no to you inside of network marketing, don't stress out. Don't be worried. It's not about you. It's not about your products. It's not about your company. It's not about your compensation structure. It's mostly about them. It's mostly about their limiting beliefs, either about themselves or it's about their limiting beliefs about network marketing. And our job as professionals is to do everything we can to educate them on what we have to offer. Write it down in your notes if you're taking notes. Our job is education. That's the only goal that we're seeking for every time we have a conversation with the prospect. We want them to know and understand what we have to offer with our products, services, with our business model. And once they understand, and we have to do it in a very professional way. We cannot be pushy. We shouldn't be salesy. We shouldn't overestimate or overpromise what our products do and they're going to really reach tomorrow. We can't do things like that, right? So we need to be compliant. We need to tell it in a professional way so they understand it. But guess what? Once they understand, it's up to them to make the decision if they want to do it or not, if they want to be a customer of yours or not. And that's fine. It's their life. It's their journey. And I heard Lisa was saying also before that she had so many people in her life that were they had so much potential to be so powerful in our business. And she learned how to let them develop that desire and passion about what we have to offer instead of trying to drag them through the finish line. You cannot drag anybody through the finish line. I cannot drag you through the finish line. I can teach you how to cook, but I cannot make you hungry. I cannot make you hungry. I can give you all the tools, all the skills, all the knowledge that I have through my life, through my experiences. I can give you all of it. But guess what? Some of you will not take it. Some of you will go out after this event and say, yeah, whatever, it sounds good, but it's not for me. And there are two different groups of people right now watching this event. One group of people that is so fired up listening to all of this, but their thinking is like, you know what, I cannot do what Jessie Lee does. I cannot do what Lisa does. I cannot do what other leaders do. I'm not like them. Maybe they got lucky. Maybe they got the good timing when they started. I don't have that. And all these different limiting beliefs and all that self-talk gonna get them out of action and eventually out of the profession, because when you stuck with no results, when you're not moving forward, when you're not growing, eventually you'll find your way out. And there is a different group of you that is listening it right now and thinking it's like, oh, I got this. I'm gonna implement this. I already have 100 different ideas and I'm gonna start tomorrow implementing this step and this step and this step and this step, because if she can do it, I can do it. If she can make it happen, I can make it happen. And these two different groups of people are gonna have different experiences in life. But you're all listening to the same information. We speaking the same words to all of you. You just listening it with different ears. It just comes to the different mindset. That's why I pound all the time that mindset is such a big deal. I can give you all the tools. I can give you all the scripts. I can give you all the skills. But if you do not face your fear to pick up your phone and to make that call or make that live and show people what you have to offer, it's just not gonna work. So for me, I realized that I need to grow myself and I need to rely on myself and I need to become the best version of myself. So that's how the studio became about, because like I said, I didn't listen to naysayers. I surrounded myself with professionals who are amazing and who were that I was able to lock arms with and take it to the next level. So I would encourage all of you to, one big thing that I want to tell you, and I really hope you hear me on this one. Inside of network marketing, we have the gift. Inside of network marketing, we have the gift. Put 7 in the comments if you believe in your products. Put 7 in the comments if you believe that your products will help people to live a healthier life, that eventually they're going to have more energy. And if they use your products, they're going to have a better look, they're going to have a better physiology, they have a better mind clarity. Look at all the 7s. I know it was a kind of tricky question, because if you didn't believe in your products, you wouldn't be here, right? You wouldn't be with your company. I know you do believe in your products, but guess what? How are you going to tell the world about your products? You have to stop being a secret agent. You have to tell the world the amazing products that you have so they can live better lives, so they can take their health to the next level, so they can improve it. But guess what? You need to become strong. You need to become professional. You need to possess the skills necessary and develop the mindset necessary so you can tell the world in such a professional way so they can hear it, so you can educate them on what we have. Same thing about your business. How many of you put 9 in the comments if you believe if people put enough effort, if people step out of their comfort zone, if they learn the skills necessary and develop the mindset necessary, they will make money in your business, in your company. They will make money. I'm not talking about becoming a millionaire. I'm not talking about making 7 figures a year or tomorrow. I'm talking about any money, $100, $1,000, whatever it might be, enough money so they can bring extra income, extra cash flow to what else they already have going on. I know that you believe that, but guess what? In order for you to tell the world, in order for you to spread the word about all your products, about your compensation structure that's going to help people, it starts with you. So that's why I know, that's why Jessie Lee does all of her events. That's why she keeps pouring into you all the system, all the tools. That's the reason why Eric and I do what we do, so we can take our profession to the next level, so we can teach people how to show the world what we have in such a powerful way, so at least they can take a look, so at least they can be educated, and they make a decision on themselves if it's for them or not. But guess what? We have the gift. We have the gift. There are so many people praying every single night they're going to bed to find something, to find a solution, to find a new way to generate some extra income so they can put that food on the table, so they can pay that credit card debt, so they can pay that mortgage, whatever it might be, put their kids into better education, retire the parents, retire their spouse, support the charities, whatever the reason why they want to make more money, we can help them to make more money. And they praying for a solution that you and I have inside of network marketing. But guess what? It's up to them if they will accept that gift. It's up to them if they will accept the gift that you and I have. It's not your responsibility. Don't beat yourself up if people don't see it. If you've done your job properly, if you explain to them to the point that they understand it, your job is done. Your job is done. Then you need to show somebody else. Stop whining and crying about that one person that you thought that it's going to go to the top of the company and it's going to be that amazing rock star. If they don't see it, you cannot force people to face their fears. You cannot force people to be hungry. You cannot make people hungry. You can teach them how to cook, but you cannot make them hungry. So that's why the event that Eric does, the GoPro, some of you probably attended the event that I'm doing, the Most Powerful Women in Network Marketing event. That's my goal, to teach as many people as I possibly can so they can see it with different eyes, so they can see the bigger picture that our profession offers. They can see the social proof of other people being successful. They can see women stepping up into their true power, because guess what? 77% of all the participants inside of network marketing are women. But unfortunately, that's not the statistics at the top. Unfortunately, the top of majority of the companies, I know that in your company it's slightly different, but majority of the companies inside of our profession, that's not the case. And don't get me wrong, I have nothing against the guys. I love guys. I love my husband to death. But I, as a woman, I'm really passionate for women to step into their true power. As a woman, I am so passionate for women to develop their financial freedom so they don't have to, for the sense of the false security, to stay in the relationship that is not serving them. I spent 9 years of my life in the relationship was not serving me. I stayed out of the guilt. As a mom, I stayed in that relationship thinking that I'm betraying my kids if I'm going to get out of that. I thought that I'm betraying and pushing my kids to the into the path of divorced parents, because my daughter went through that in my first marriage, and I didn't want to put my son through that. So because of that, I said, you know what? Forget about my happiness. Forget about me. I'm going to sacrifice my life for my children, and I'm going to stay in this relationship. And that was the worst and the dumbest thing I've done in my life. Of course, I learned from that. I wouldn't change anything different, because those years, they made me who I am. If I did not have that law, if I didn't fall down on my face, if I did not become the person who lost all the belief, all the confidence in myself, if I didn't become at some point in my life the woman that I was disgusted every single time I looked in the mirror, if I did not lose who I was, I wouldn't be able to discover even better and more powerful version of me. It took me to get to the bottom to realize how high I can go, and learn about it myself, and learn about what I'm made of, and learn about that, you know what, I've got this. I am a badass. I am a get shit done girl. I'm good enough. I am smart enough. I'm worthy, and I'm capable. And that's why for me, going through that journey, once I found that woman and that strength, I made it my mission that every single woman that I ever meet and I ever encounter, either in person or virtually or in whatever shape and form, through courses, books, events, videos, whatever, I don't want to leave her where she is today unless she's happy. I want to assure her a better vision. I want to help her develop the belief in herself. I want to help her to develop that confidence, that strength, that power, and realization that she's meant for so much more than washing dishes. She's meant for so much more than changing diapers. She's meant for so much more. She's meant to build an empire. She's meant to run the world. She's meant to be the powerhouse woman that she always thought she wanted to be since she was a little girl. That's why I do what I do. That's why that event is I'm so passionate about, because I'm always trying to bring the powerhouses women and put them on stage to show what's possible. To show everyone that if she can do it, I can do it. No matter how broken she was when she started, no matter the challenges and obstacles she had to overcome, no matter that she came from nothing, and she does not have any fancy background. She was not born with a silver spoon. I was not born with a silver spoon. I wasn't. I'm not saying I was born poor, but I was born in a communist country, which that adds another complication, and challenges that I had to develop that mindset in a different way so I can, learn what I'm capable of and discover. And older I get, I realize that life is not a marathon. It's not a sprint. It's a marathon. Yes, we all have goals. Yes, we all have dreams. But guess what? Every time we reach new height, every time we get to the next destination, our vision becomes more clear. We start seeing the possibilities. We start seeing what we never dreamed of, that it's possible for us. We all of a sudden develop that belief. You know what helped me develop the biggest belief in myself? Building that studio. When people told me it's not possible. Doing it in such a record time that people are still wondering and they're still shaking their head and saying, how did you do that? One of the biggest compliments that I got, there was a guy that came through the studio. He is a producer of Emmys, Grammys, and a lot of very important big TV shows that we all know and love. And he's been doing it for his entire life. And he went through the studio and he said, Marina, how long you've been doing this? I was like, well, I've been around events for the last decade. I organized the events for my company, and I've been before as attendee at events, but I never done anything like this because, first of all, it doesn't exist. And he said, you know what? You've built my life work. And for me, I was just like, wow. It was like such a moment, it was such a humbling experience at the same time. It was such a proud moment for me to realizing that I am good enough. Being a woman is not bad, Being a woman who steps in her true power, it's amazing. It's so powerful. And guess what? Once you realize to become and give yourself permission to become the best version of you, not somebody else, not a version of somebody else, but the best version of you, man, oh man, this world going to become such a beautiful place. Because imagine all of us coming out powerful, convinced, with all this passion, with all this excitement, with all the love, right? I do believe if women ruled the world, we would not be in the wars. If women ruled the world with our motherly instincts, with our caring for one another, with our love, we would be in a better place. That's why I want to help and grow so many amazing and powerful women around the world who, like I said, who don't have to stay in the jobs or relationships that are not serving them, that are diminishing them, that are telling them that you're not smart enough, you're not good enough, you're just a woman. Who do you think you are? I want to show them a better way. I want to help them to develop that belief And that's the reason why I do what I do. That's the reason why I work my ass off every day and wake up with the new passion, with the new excitement to see what we can do together as community. You know, I bring the analogy all the time because, you know, when you drop the rock in the lake, you see the ripple effect of people coming out of the event and the next morning taking the information, the mindset, the knowledge that we gave them at the event and changing their own life and changing the life of others. And the ripple effect that it's coming out of that gonna live way longer than me and way longer than Eric and way longer than our company and way longer than you, right? So I want to create as many of those ripple effects as I possibly can. But guess what? I realized that lake is way too small for me. I'm done playing at the lake. I'm going for the ocean, baby. I'm going all the way for the ocean. I'm going to throw the biggest rock possible. So instead of creating little ripples, instead of creating little waves, I'm going to freaking create a tsunami of positivity, a tsunami of passion, a tsunami of independence, of freedom, a tsunami of confidence. You know, I am a mama bear. I am a mama bear for my family, for my kids, for my husband, for my business, and for my community. So I want to show my community everything I've got and all the amazing, powerful people like Jessie Lee and Lisa Nichols and JJ Virgin and Stormy Wellington and so many powerful women who are going to be speaking on that stage about mindset, about how to change your money mindset, and money blueprint so you can allow more money into your life. And we're going to teach you how to make more money. We're going to teach you how to realize and be more productive with your time. So I understand we're all so busy. I understand we all have different, you know, obligations in our lives, and we all want to be a mom and a wife and a businesswoman at the same time. And I know a lot of you are wondering, can I do it all? Can I have it all? And I'm here to show you and tell you, you absolutely can. Eric and I have 5 kids and we have 5 grandkids. We have the 6th grandchild on the way. We are very busy and we have multiple businesses. And I'm running Network Marketing Pro and I'm running the studio. And I just started the whole 3rd different division out of our business that has nothing to do with everything that we're doing right now. That's going to create a generational wealth. I'm busy. Trust me, I am busy. But at the same time, I want to be that wife, present for my husband. I want to be that mom, present for my children. And I want to have time to be the best leader I can be to run all of those different businesses. And I can show you how I did it. And I can show you how a lot of those powerful women did it as well. So Alexei, throw some slides because I want to show you something. And you probably heard the event is